Welcome to another Alex Geometry topic instructional video by Mr. Hardy. For this video, what we're going to look at is finding the volume of a triangular prism. Okay, so hopefully you've done rectangular prisms. So now we do a rectangular prism would look something like this. Okay, so now what we're doing is a triangular prism, so it still has depth. It still has depth to it. So what we do, we use a formula. Let's see, we got some background information. Every prism has two faces. Okay, we have a face here and a face in the back. Think of it. And there's congruence. Those triangles are congruent. Okay, the bottom line is the volume. The volume is equal to what we call the base times the height. So what we'll do is we'll call this face, the area of this face, the base, and then we'll just call this the height, I guess, or the depth. So if you remember, the area of a triangle is 1/2 the height times the base. So this is tricky. I have two heights here. So first, let's just talk about the triangle. The triangle here, its height is 5 and its base is 6. Okay, so the area will be 1/2 of 5 times 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. Okay, so that we're going to call this the base. This is the 6 is the base of the triangle, but the area of the triangle is the base of what we call the prism, the triangular prism. So we're going to put this in here. So we get 15. And then we multiply it by what, let's call it the height. Let's just call this dimension the height, or the depth, of 8. So that goes in there. So the volume is just 8 times 15. So 8 times 5 is 40. And 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, so 120. So we get 120, and we're talking about volume, so this would be yards cubed. Okay? Let's try one more. So I kind of like to think of volume. We can call it the base times the depth, or the height. But to me, the base is the area of the triangle times the height of the prism. Okay, and so this is 1/2 times 6, or 1/2 the base times the height of the triangle times the height of the prism. So this is 1/2 6 times 6 times the depth, or the height, is 8. So now this becomes 6 times 6 is, well, half of 6 is 3. That's an easier way for me to do it. So I get 3 times 6 is 18 times 8. So 8 times 18. 8 times 8 is 4, 6. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 6 is 14. So I get 144 yards cubed. Okay. Now the reason you might think, why not just show me how to plug the numbers in? Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this stuff so that you can remember it. Or if you don't quite remember the formula, maybe you can figure it out. So, because so far what we have is we have a rectangular prism, and so what you do is you find the area of the face, called the base, and multiply it times the height. Now we have a triangular prism, so what do? We find the area and we times the height, area of the face. Then, if you haven't done it yet, a cylinder, if we want to find the volume of a cylinder, we take this area of the circle and we multiply it times h, this distance from here to here. So they all kind of have a similar theme. Okay, good luck.